we've learned to speak a little bit of cloud language now, and we've learned those sort of critical things that make the cloud what it is. I want to talk for a few minutes now about the cloud channel. How does the cloud work in the channel? Because it's not automatic. So first, let's just consider for a minute some basic things about what the cloud does. What the cloud does, well, so the cloud, look at these words that I've underlined. The cloud delivers technology resources to technology consumers. Now, the cloud's not technology, it's just a delivery mechanism, that's all. And so it delivers this technology, though, to the consumer. The cloud puts high-level capabilities into the hands of lower-level users. So it's famous for just leveling the playing field for the users of technology, which means that smaller companies now have resources that they could have never dreamed of before because it's delivered through the cloud. The cloud promises it's an elastic usage model, but it's an elastic usage model that expands and contracts, controlled by the actual consumer of the product. The cloud provides an OpEx expenditure model for IT departments. That's important. The cloud is designed to connect the provider, sort of the manufacturer, directly with the end user. You're starting to see here now, this thing is trouble for the channel. Amazon Web Services, perfect example. Anybody with a credit card can go to AWS, go to their website, and order up infrastructure as a service and have it now. The cloud provides a path for application providers. Okay, think about Salesforce.com, BroadSoft, some of those application providers. It provides them a means to bypass the channel, to bypass us, in order to get their product to where it needs to be. And then ultimately, you have to know that the cloud threatens the established technology channel. I know all this sounds kind of ominous, and it's meant to kind of be a little bit of a wake-up, because we have to understand that the cloud is not really meant, it was never meant to have a technology channel like me and the people that I'm talking to right now. That's what the cloud does. What does a distributor do? Okay, so we get it. A distributor gives manufacturers certain things. We give manufacturers for logistics, get the product where it needs to be. We give them economies of scale. We buy from a lot, put it in a big warehouse. We can do things way cheaper. We give them reach into a large community of resellers that they couldn't reach otherwise. And we give them program management. We manage all their sort of gold, silver, bronze programs, and we give them product marketing. We put their product in front of lots of resellers. That's what we do for manufacturers. What a distributor does for resellers, we give them the catalog, we put everything all in one place, give them a nice catalog to buy from, we finance the deal, we give them sales and tech support, we give resellers reverse logistics, you can always send a thing back, we give them information, training, certifications, services, all the things that they need to be smarter, better at their business, and importantly, we give them multi-vendor solutions. Very few solutions are really all one vendor branded thing. And so you're going to put things together, and the distributor is the resource that helps you put those things together and helps you make sure one thing works with another that has a different brand. And so that's what distributors do. So here's what the cloud does, what distributors do. Now, what does a cloud distributor do? A cloud distributor does three things. They all begin with A. First, we aggregate. A cloud distributor will bring multiple cloud resources right into one stop shop. That's the catalog. We understand that. And that's what cloud distributors do. We aggregate a lot of resources into one place. And we buy in bulk. We buy big, and that gives us economies of scale that allows us to have the right pricing and put it all in one place. We make cloud resources available to the larger audience, which means that that's the reach part. We give cloud manufacturers reach into a large group of resellers. And then ultimately, we sell solutions, right? We sell the hardware and the software and the services and the cloud services that make up a complete solution. Because nothing's ever all cloud or all hardware. It's always a combination of things. And it almost always is multiple vendors. And so that's what we do. We aggregate these cloud resources, cloud things, and all the hardware and software that goes along with it into one place. We aggregate. The second thing we do is we automate. We automate the process, and here's why. The cloud resources are really meant to be simple, right? We talked about that. Self-serve, get it when you want it. And so if that's the perspective that companies have, that even end users have, then we have to be simple as well. If it was easy to buy it direct and hard to buy it from a distributor, You can see we don't have a role in this cloud channel. And so we have to make it simple as a distributor. So here's how we do that, is with a web portal. A cloud distributor has to have a web portal that gives resellers the ability to go directly there and self-serve. And so first they would shop. Okay, here are all the things that are available to me from this cloud distributor. And I can see them all. And these are the things that maybe they're in categories. I could choose the category that's relevant to me. Now here's my category of things, the technologies that I sell. So they can shop. Once they're there, they can learn. I don't know what this is. Click on it. It will tell me what that's about, teach me. It also helps me to compare. I see these two from two different vendors. What's the difference? How do they compare? Now I'm ready to order. This is the one I want. So I can actually order the product. I'm ready to buy it. I'm in the system. I'm logged in. It knows who I am. I have credit, so to speak. Here's how I'm going to buy it. Now I provision it. So this solution is going to have my end user that I'm going to sell this to has 20 users of this and 20 seats of that and 14 of these. I provision the product just exactly the way they want it. Then I deliver it. So I'm ready to go. And it gives me now the ability to actually access the application or the tool or whatever the service is that I bought. Now I'm able to update it. My end user says, hey, we hired 3 new people. They're going from 20 to 23. So I go back out and change 20 to 23. And now I have an expanded version of this thing. And I'm able to manage it. Moves, adds, and changes, and any management tools. I'm able to monitor their usage of the product and on and on. Do all these things, and the reseller does these things through a cloud distributor portal. The purpose of all this, also to automate, is to reduce the cost and complexity of this whole thing. We have to make it simple for resellers to be able to deliver what I call solutions as a service, right? And so it's going to include things that come from the cloud and things that come from the distributor's warehouse and things that come maybe directly from the manufacturer or from some ISV. It's going to be a combination of things, and we have to make that really reduce the cost and the complexity of that. Ultimately, too, we have to, in automating the process, we have to automate the financial piece of it as well. And so we have to be able to offer monthly billing because, listen, it's a usage model, right? And along with, if we're going to have part of this deal that's OpEx, then that OpEx piece has to be billed on an OpEx fashion to the reseller, monthly or quarterly or whatever they choose. And if there's a CapEx piece, then we're going to pay for that up front, but also perhaps the ability to convert the CapEx piece also into OpEx using something we call hardware as a service. And you may think of that as some sort of like a leasing program. And so we have to be able to offer an entire solution, infrastructure, software, hardware, as a service, and to be able to bill appropriately. Aggregate and automate. We also, the third one is advocate. This one's important. And so, if all we did was wait for the cloud to come to us, we'd wait forever. It wouldn't come to us. In fact, it's already gone around us. It's designed to go around the channel, to not use a channel. And so the cloud distributor's job, and one of our key responsibilities, is to always have our hand up saying, okay, this has to go through your channel. There has to be a channel for this. There has to be a place for us to participate here. And so our job is to always going to be to protect and promote the reseller's place in this cloud channel. Because if we as the distributor promote the reseller's place, then we make sure that ours is safe as well. So that's what cloud distributors might do. Aggregate, automate, advocate.